Yeah, it turned out to be pretty big.
You hit over $1 million on number two, which is insane. And how to date have you done over 4 million in total sales, or do you know that number
I
off the
can
top of
just
your
look
head?
right now, 8.3 million.
I was a little bit off.
Yeah, 8.3
Holy,
million to date.
that's crazy. That's
But it's all
crazy.
money
That's
for making things. It might seem like there's
right.
8.3 million in in my
Oh, I
pocket,
understand. There's
but
the cost, but
you
yeah,
have to make things and you have to ship things and run a business, and
yes.
it's all very, very, very expensive.
Wow, that's actually it. Like seriously, as gross revenue, that's still really impressive. Like considering, is it just how many? Is it just you, or how many people do you have under all caps?
It's me. I got two boys that work in the warehouse. I got Eric Weathers, who does promotion and lettering, of course.
Okay,
And then I've got any talent that I hired to help me out making the books. But other than that, yeah, it's just us.
but okay,
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
interesting.
having some more help. I'm not sure I can afford them yet, though. I would really like to
Right.
just see how this year goes and next year.
Have you ever thought of raising money to kind of expand your operations? Like, what's your thoughts on that? Because I mean, you have this track record of you've built your own community. You have this track record of over 8 million in gross revs. Um, you have more than a proof of concept. You have tangible, continued ability to generate revenue. Like, there would be potential to do that. Is that something you've ever thought about,
No,
or
I've never thought about that. I confess. I don't know a business loan, something like that. I mean, I don't really know.
not even not even a business loan, like literally just like angel investors. Not even a business loan, like literally just like angel investors to basically inject capital into the company to bolster it, to expand.
So
Obviously, you have to have a whole prospectus and
I don't know where I
financial
stand
forecast and whatever
today
else.
about that, Chad, but like there was a
Mm-hmm.
time when there were people who were hitting up, who saw Comicsgate, hit
Yeah.
me up and said, "Are you interested? We have investors here in Texas and California, and who would
Mm-hmm.
like to help you maintain and run Comicsgate." And I
Mm-hmm.
told them politely, "No, thank you."
Okay.
So I said, "No, thanks." The
Okay.
whole point of this is independence.
Yeah.
If we took
Right.
on investors,
Mm-hmm.
then I think, first of all, I don't know who the money would go to because Comicsgate isn't a company; it's just an idea. The word Comicsgate, I had to fight a little trademark battle, so I own the word
Okay.
Comicsgate. But Comicsgate itself is
It's a
it's a
movement, yeah.
movement.
But
It's a
but for
club.
all caps comics though, you could make all caps your own kind of indie or like Image Comics or Skybound Comics. And I always I know that there's always this notion of taking investor capital can come with challenges, which it does, but as long as you maintain majority ownership and maintain majority of the board, it's always something worth
Well, I would talk about it. I mean,
considering.
things have
Yeah.
changed such with
Hmm. Hmm.
my little business. It's growing,
Hmm.
but at the same time, like we could probably use a little help. I think nowadays I might consider it on that sort of level, like just for all caps comics. When it comes to
Yeah.
Comicsgate, which is what was
Hmm.
being discussed back
Right.
then, I just don't see how that kind of a thing would have worked, and it would have defeated our own purpose of really
Right.
just hardy, rugged individualists out there trying to make it on their own, but
Right.
with help from each other. Just promotional
Right.
help.
With uplifting other kind of creators in the space within, like, for Comicsgate, and ultimately, you're putting your neck out there a bit because these individuals could be new unknowns, um, and they could be really challenging personalities, right? Because you're not going to know them. You're just kind of promoting their campaigns. Do you like, is that a bit of a double-edged sword? Like, do you find, because then that can lead into the stigma of like rehashing old late books because you've elevated somebody new trying to help them out, and
It's a
then
risk.
they don't. yeah, they don't deliver on their
People have
campaigns, and
disappeared.
that's
Yeah,
the risk with
we've
crowdfunding.
had a
Yeah,
few people who have done pretty well, and then they've just disappeared. Crowdfunding is hard.
yeah,
Fulfilling is hard. Printing a book, creating product, creating a comic book is difficult. And
yeah.
yeah, there are people who will take the money and run, and we've had to deal with that. And it's part of the risk of what we do here.
What if like something like all caps, if and again this is a fantasy wonderland, but if all caps kind of like a Rippasend in the sense of, utilize your warehouse, um, and if you had a bit of like angel capital, or if you raised funds, and again this is a fantasy wonderland. But if you had a bit of like angel capital, kind of like a Rippasend, through a type of like Indiegogo, you could even crowdfund it a little bit in the sense of like that it could be repurposed for the point of, we're going to allocate these resources to fund original new IP under all caps, that then you could hire, you wouldn't have to do the workload yourself. You could offload that to potentially somebody else, and then, use your infrastructure to kind of help mitigate some of that
Chad, do you
risk.
want to
And
work for
only
me?
only
Like, what are you saying exactly?
I'm just saying,
I mean, these are great
I think,
ideas. I'm just not,
yeah, yeah,
when it comes to being a
yeah.
businessman, I don't think that far ahead. I think, or I don't think that big. I don't have thoughts like that. I have thoughts about Cyberfrog's story and getting the story out there to people and what these stories mean. And I have,
Hmm.
ideas about, what these characters could be. But when it comes to
Hmm.
business and business infrastructure and things like that, that's not what I do. That's what Eric does. Apparently,
Hmm.
that's what you do, but it's not what I
I
do.
just, yeah. Hmm.
I'm a comic book
Yeah, I
artist.
just,
I'm just a guy from New Jersey who somehow got lucky at
I
DC
hear you.
Comics, and I've got my own situation here. I've got a nice audience full of loyal friends and backers. I've got Comicsgate, that's wonderful, but when it comes to all of this other stuff, that's just not what I do, man. Yeah, I just don't think that way.
Well, listen, I'm happy to, send you ideas, because I'm always interested to kind of, I want, the space to continue to grow selfishly.
That's
And
important.
I am the serious man.